15, so excellent. 41st Flying Training Squadron, I'd like to welcome Colonel Sears, Colonel Pinkston, who just walked in. And any other members of the 14th OG that may be here today. Also like to welcome the family, friends, spouses, and loved ones of 1401, as well as the class's pilot partners. Columbus Main Street, I don't think was able to attend, but keep them in mind because they've helped y'all out through a long weather. This event culminates 6 months of hard work, sacrifice, dedication by each student. Without any further delay, we'll get started. I'd like to call the SRO and the class SRO to hand out their flight gifts for favorite IP, crew chief, and Simmons.
LeMay Flight, favorite IP, Captain Todd Sangster. For LeMay Flight's favorite sim instructor, Mr. Jonathan Strange. And our favorite crew chief, Fred Gordon.
And for the class favorite academic instructor, Mr. Murray Woody. And favorite IP, where is he? Clark Summerall. Yeah. Favorite sim instructor, Mr. Berquist. Thank you. And favorite crew chief, Ms. Dolly.
I'm not counting that. Come on, everybody. It's been great.
Oh, man. All right, and now for today's ROE. When your name is called, please stand up, walk to the front podium, take your roast, take your assignment, and sit back down. Remember, as always, no whining, crying, or quibbling. I can later. All right, at first, Jamal Jafar Muhammad. All right, to kick things off, we have our favorite Saudi sensation. Usually with international students, we can stand up here and make language barrier jokes, but I'd rather address your gross overuse of the word like. Often causes us to wonder if you're like an international student or like a Valley Girl from. Not helping your case is how soft-spoken and girlish your voice becomes during stand-up and shotgun questions. Drove Captain Nugent up the wall, or maybe it was just your insistence on calling statute miles static miles, the entire T6 program that sent him into a frenzy. Maybe this one can count as our standard language barrier joke. Ask any pilot, one of the most important things is sounding cool on the radios. And what's funny is he actually tells the controllers to slow down when they're talking to him. So what aircraft will you impress everyone with your deep, overbearing, manly voice in next? Yeah. All right, next up we have Lieutenant Ball. That's about right. Lieutenant Ball. I'm trying to come up with jokes about Lieutenant Ball is trying not to make fun of Lieutenant Laird, which we will gladly get to in a minute. It's incredibly difficult to roast such a nice, positive person. However, I think you hold a few of the 41st Flying Training Squadron records. After a daily hooked ride, it's not surprising to hear Lieutenant Ball break down after hearing the travel news and respond, "All right, sir, sounds great. Thank you for the instruction." first person to come back from a hook check ride smiling and laughing at how terrible it was. The exact opposite of Lieutenant Wick's doom and gloom after his hook check ride. Even on the radios, the positivity and cheeriness is apparent. Maybe if Lieutenant Almozio can't get the sounding cool thing down, you can try to teach him your style instead. So what aircraft that you already know you'll be flying with your crew be wondering, what is she so happy about in next? All right, first up from LeMay Flight. We had to get to you sooner or later, I guess. Lieutenant Bonner. Don't you have mission data cards to prep for the next 5 years or something? Yes, indeed. Tiny Bonner here is a master of... There you go. No, you're good. All right, yeah, okay. Bonner here is a master of prep work, misplaced as it may be. Too bad your ability to fly the T6 is not reflected in the slightest by all the work you do. Remember when you spend so much time prepping for an instrument sim that you hooked a daily ride? You're always so serious, man. You think someone who chose flying for a career would have some fun while doing it. Not every ride is an elimination check, even though you've been to a few of those. So Lieutenant Bonner, what aircraft would be getting E's for planning and U's over all impacts? Lieutenant Brown. How fast does that thing go? Alright, well, Lieutenant Brown. I know it's only track select, but as they say, it's never too early to start making fake jokes, so here goes. You're gonna be a fake. As Lieutenant Colonel Moore said on our first day after hearing your major, oh my God, please don't wash out of UPT. Who would have thought that being a music major turned out to be such a good stepping stone to becoming an Air Force pilot? Everyone thought you were going to have a heart attack when you saw that red on your grade sheet at the beginning of formation. Besides that extremely useful and relevant music degree, I guess your background in flying Cessnas and formation didn't pay off after all. So what aircraft will you fly in the meantime before you begin your fake tour in the mighty T6? Calm down. Lieutenant Clyburn, you're probably one of the most charismatic, intelligent, and hardworking dudes in the class. People went to you with their questions, you could always provide the book answer. I didn't write this, but however, you suck. I think you suck. As cool as all your classmates thought you were, they gave up about the 41st attempt trying to get you to hang out. Your obsession with staying home and doing nothing is almost as bad as your obsession with Disney. What am I going to ask? I guess you're not alone, though. Any preteen girls in the audience probably think that's really cool, too. It's amazing you'd rather sit at home and create make-believe cities for make-believe people playing The Sims and hang out with your real friends. So, Lieutenant Clyburn, what airframe will you be having no social life with next? Yes, this one will be good. Lieutenant Conan. Oh, Conan. It's amazing you made it this far without dropping out. Those of you who don't know, Lieutenant Conan has notoriously dropped out of educational institutions on 4 separate occasions. Did your parents hear that?
My dad is there.
Yeah. You made it, don't worry. However, you miraculously clawed your way through phase 2. Maybe you wouldn't have been the last one finished had you not spent your time pretending to be Colonel Sears' secretary to prank call LeMay. So, Lieutenant Conan, what large white T-1 like aircraft will you be flying in next?
Yeah!
There you are. Lieutenant Dillon, having so much prior flying time, the T6 sure is not being kind to you. With your age has come much wisdom. Like the life-size Yoda, you help impart your knowledge. However, you fly the T6 like Luke Skywalker with hypoxia. Only you can fly the T6 as diligently as you clean the flight room. Or you can spend the amount of time cleaning the flight room and invest that time in studying your in-flight guides. You won't have to stand all morning after unsuccessfully attempting to correct an IP on the weather requirements. So, Lieutenant Dillon, what high-speed G-pulling fire trainer will you be spreading your wisdom and correcting your instructors in next? She ground that tequila shot. Tonight, one of the few folks who came into the May flight with the prior civilian rating, we all anticipated Lieutenant Ike would have a great wealth of talent to offer to the rest of us. I guess you can't win them all, right? That's okay, everyone eventually finds their stride at some point in phase 2. It turns out that Lieutenant Ike's real forte has nothing to do with flying, but rather it's quibbling. Larry should argue about that. Old Ike here could conjure up an excuse quicker than McClintock and took a daily ride. Getting grilled in a debrief with a deer in the headlights look on your face, searching for something to say. Forget the tried and true method saying, yes sir, and get Ike on your side. 41% of the time, you can count on it starting with, well sir, you see. So, Lieutenant Ike, and what aircraft would be offsetting personal accountability and not offsetting over alpha index?
Matty Ike.
All right, Lieutenant Florin. Lieutenant Florin's checklist discipline was half as good as his Peter Griffin impression. He would have done great in phase 2. Weird, huh? Dude, how those checklist things work. They tell you all the answers. Right there. Who would have thought the inbound course for ILS would be so important? If you spend as much time in the books as you do in Starkville, they wouldn't have booked that instrument check right. So, what aircraft would you be dialing on the wrong course and watching your beloved New England Patriots lose to the Baltimore Ravens? Too soon? All right. Okay, that was me. It's not that bad, though. All right, Lieutenant Hopkins, they say everything's bigger in Texas, so we're not sure what happened with you. What a great first impression you made on your flight mates by being late on the first day of academics, which starts at like 9 o'clock, by the way. Then probably dozing off once you found your seat. Remarkably, though, Lieutenant Hopkins proved that he had more SAS sleep than Lieutenant Laird has ever had awake. So, Lieutenant Hopkins, what white twin-engine Learjet will you be fighting the Sandman and sitting on a booster seat in next? Hey, it's written like that in the script. I thought it too, but we'll get to you. All right, Lieutenant King. Look, just as happy here as you. What if you feel like you gave phase 2 your best effort? Will you ever wonder if you should have spent more time chair flying versus getting ready for your CoverGirl commercial? Even when you had the chance to relax and drink a little on the weekends, you chose not to. We all know it's because you're counting calories. I think Rice's wife can drink more than you. You're going to be a pilot someday. You're going to have to spend more time learning how to fly than pampering your body and waxing your eyebrows. They do look good, though. In which training aircraft will you worry about breaking a nail in next? Oh, Claire. Don't even argue, you're next. If you look at me during this roast, you're not getting your sign. Well, Lieutenant Larry, or should we have your wife come up here instead since she represents your thoughts and emotions? Are you sure you have permission to be up here? To breathe? To exist? Did you ever buy that engagement ring? Oh, look at that face, the famous stare. Even though I told you not to look over here. Oh, the world can't wait to hear you quibble about this roast. You notice that every sentence out of your mouth has a plot. Such as, why are you being so mean? Why do I have to fly today? Why is it Monday? Why isn't it Tuesday? Why are people laughing right now? Why is this room carpeted? Why am I here? Do you remember why we're here? Well, let me help you out. So you can quibble about this Phase 3 aircraft you'll be flying next. I know, Brown, you may have a run-in for the fate. Well, Lieutenant Leonard, GOR. Well, we can't say what it actually stands for. Remember that time you were a jerk on the radio and talking to RapCon? Oh, that's all the time. Or how about when you were so pumped to go cross country, you failed to study for your final contact check ride, ground a valve, hooked, and then couldn't go cross country. Priorities. Oh, well, we all know you get plenty of cross country opportunities in the T6 considering you're so eager to fade. I called it before I heard. You are doomed. Maybe after a few more years at Columbus, you and Lieutenant McCauley won't need a progressive taxi from Tower on your way to the RC. And a vehicle. So what aircraft will you be making condescending radio calls and not studying systems in next? All right, Lieutenant Snooski. All right, Lieutenant Snooski. We're going to put as much effort into this script as you did into UPT. Everybody get ready. She's a reservist. She's a kindergarten teacher. Short. Denif. And she'll be going to T1s next. Oh, fake out. There you go. Now you get on it, too. Lieutenant Hara. Mitchell Flight's resident South American. I'm actually amazed we have you present to this roast. It seems the only sign that you're attending our pilot training program is the puppy dog folder that contains all your flying pups. I wish we had that. It's like a 2-year-old puppy dog folder. Or at least we think they're flying pups. Could be full of speeding tickets you caused to be late to your formal brief. So, Lieutenant, all right, and what non-T1, non-T38 aircraft will you be going AWOL during the next day and day? All right, man, you need to get different outfits. All right, just for everyone's situational awareness, he drives the big green Chevy pickup with the big green USAF sticker on it. Or is it USF? Yes, not to be confused. Think someone with as much school spirit as you would have gone to college that's won something, anything, ever. Anyway, this student pilot is supposed to be trusted a multi-million-dollar Air Force asset that has a hard time making it out of the parking lot without crashing into other cars while going 2 miles an hour. So watch out. Leave before he does. Maybe if you spend more time studying and less time talking about the glory days and intramural sports, you wouldn't have given McCann such a run for his money and number of EPQ failures. It's not good for the parents to say. But if you know McCann's actually smart and is just bad at taking tests, what's your excuse? Just a dumb jock. So, Lieutenant McCauley, what piston-powered, DOS-owned, Pueblo-based aircraft will you be screening students in next? Woo! You look pretty smart. Somehow the kid with the highest IQ score in the entire class always seemed to have the lowest EPQ scores. Tim McCann somehow managed to hook the retake of the retake of the retake, which is back to the original test, of week 9's EPQ. They do. They use the same questions over and over again. Same order. But Tim McCann spent as much time on ProCap as Lieutenant Snooski did in NIP. So what aircraft are you spending your time on ProCap, cuddling with your dog instead of studying for EPQ's index? All right, Lieutenant McClintock. Guess we shouldn't have been surprised you'd struggle at pilot training considering you had a pilot qualifying score of 2%. Nice. Better than 1. You do realize that you single-handedly caused the rollback of your entire class due to how far you were behind the timeline. We'll make this quick though. We know you need to brief up for your form check ride. So what aircraft would be on a first-name basis with squadron leadership and watching back your classmates in next? Just want everybody to know that First Lieutenant is bold, italicized, and underlined in this script. This is First Lieutenant Rice here. For being the SRO of Class 1401, you sure don't act like it. Whether you're sitting in a little pink chair during a formal brief, or stalling as long as possible after being asked a shotgun question, lead by example is not a principle you often practice. You're literally the opposite of Lieutenant Ball. He's getting mad at me right now. Enjoy your time pretending to be a fighter pilot in T-38, because we just got word the unit is switched to flying UAVs. Enjoy flying a desk for the next 10 years. It's going to be awesome. It's a wonder you had the time to complete Phase 2 between getting yelled at by Colonel Green for requesting clothes too many times and throwing shot glasses at Lieutenant Laird. Well, that does sound funny. So, Lieutenant Rice, so what aircraft would you piss at people off? This should have been there. People off in the pattern index. Brown, you had so many examples and you used the DA-20. Oh, it's an insight. Class 1401's little old lady. Do a cat. Lieutenant Sykes is most likely to A, be in bed by 7 p.m. on a Friday night. Have 4 white cats while providing for 2 strays. C, be tipsy after 2 wine coolers. And D, bring in baked goods twice a week. You're not married either, right? Lieutenant Sykes is also well known for Facebook and Google stalking any and all of his instructors. He's not in bed at 7 on a Friday. He's busy. Lieutenant Sykes spends more time stalking his instructors than Lieutenant Leonard does talking about how epic his last flight was. It's a lot. So, Lieutenant Sykes, what aircraft would be playing Team Mom while creeping on your instructors in the Hey, old Tigner. So, Lieutenant Tigner, it took us halfway through the program to realize that you are not a mute. Sitting in the corner studying so diligently, or maybe you're living your days as a creative writing student. That's not a lie. Pouring your feelings into a love poem that would make Nicholas Sparks blush. Could also be that all of your energy and emotions were drained picking things up and putting them down at the gym. Has your body weight passed the 120-pound mark yet? Oh, so Lieutenant Tigner, what aircraft would be quietly pinning out a poetic masterpiece in next? You're angrier than Rice, huh? Really hope you get what you want. You good? All right, much the opposite of Lieutenant Ball, a hook check ride from Lieutenant Wicks means you can count on him to sit in the corner and hope for a few weeks. Your up and down performance on EPs is just like your mood. Great 1 second and terrible the next. Remember that time you killed a bird in your initial solo? You murderer. Lawrence U. Crew, listen as you cried on the radio after taking out one of Mother Nature's beautiful creatures. Handle that like a champ. We didn't handle so well was when you and your plane were on fire during your final contact EP. Again, for the parents, that's on the ground. Eject? Nope. Keep on flying. Why not? So on what phase of aircraft will you spend 6 months killing innocent animals and being depressed in next? Finally, we got Billy. Come on up, Billy. It's the first time I've ever seen your real name. Paige is ready to throw you out. Yeah, Billy! So Lieutenant Wayman, they say the length of a roast is directly related to how much your classmates like you. So, what aircraft? I'm just kidding, we got more than that. Oh, but seriously, what aircraft? Nah. We never do it 3 times. Alright, remember that time you planned on painting the dunk tank in the middle of the night? Once again, pushing that crew rest, buddy. It's a mystical thing. You'd think someone who was constantly bustling crew rest would actually be a hard worker, but nope, not the case with him. Lieutenant Wheeman put off more critical tasks than McCann failed EP. McCann, you were just not good at EP. So, Lieutenant Wheeman, which aircraft will they have to assign an assistant to do your job for it next? Yeah! I'd like to now welcome Colonel Gentile, who's winning the Class 1401's Top Gun Awards.
Alright. Okay, for the contact phase for 1401, Top Gun goes to Lieutenant Brown.
Stay up there.
For the instrument phase of training, Top Gun, Lieutenant Hopkins.
Yeah.
Okay. For formation, Lieutenant Wicks. Yeah. Okay, the last award I have here is the Francis DeBisher Award. Little story of Francis DeBisher. He was the 12th commander of the 41st, and he was the last living ace until the spring of 2001. He initially joined the Royal Canadian Air Force in 1940, and then when President Roosevelt called for anybody who wanted to volunteer to support the United States during World War II, he transitioned over to, at the time, the U.S. Army Air Corps. And he flew P-39s and P-47s with the 41st in the Pacific for 2 years. On 15 August 1943, he downed 3 Japanese aircraft, which would have been 1 more, and he became the ace. And again, he was the longest living ace of the 41st. This award here goes to the top graduate from Phase 2, and it's in honor of him, and that goes to Lieutenant Brown.
You can give another hand for the class. They are done with a big part of their training. All right, for class 1401, you're gaining flight commanders will be in the back of the Phillips. They'll meet you just outside. And then for Conant, you can meet with Major Bochet about how you're going to get washed out of here next. All right, that concludes the ceremony for today. I hope family and friends had a good time. Enjoy the Sims, red carpet stuff, and make yourself at home while you're here. That's all we got.